I'm gonna fight Mike Tyson on Netflix.
Wow.
55 years old. That guy will hurt you.
Yeah.
If Jake Paul's on the other side of the ring and he sees Mike Tyson just bobbing and weaving, he's going to have a recognition.
Yeah.
He's going to look over and go, oh my God.
Gather round, folks, because the latest scoop in the world of combat sports is hotter than a Las Vegas summer. The heavyweight legend, none other than Mike Tyson, has just unleashed a jaw-dropping warning shot in the direction of YouTube-turned-boxer sensation Jake Paul. Tyson's training regime has kicked off with a bang, showcasing his lightning-fast punches and fearsome strength, leaving spectators in awe. But here's the kicker. It's not just his training sessions that have tongues wagging. Nope, Tyson's gone and dropped a warning bombshell right in Jake Paul's lap. And let me tell you, it's got more twists and turns than a roller coaster ride. From chilling messages directly aimed at Paul to recounting a tense run-in aboard a boat, Tyson's got the gossip mill working overtime. So if you thought this showdown couldn't get any juicier, think again. Because with Tyson in the ring and Paul in his sights, the drama's just getting started. Grab your popcorn, folks, because this is one fight you won't want to miss.
No.
Yeah, he wants to fight Mike, I think.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't give a if he's 55. That's still Mike Tyson.
Mike's in good shape, too.
Oh, my God.
Mike trains every day.
All right, let's dive into the latest podcast episode featuring the one and only Mike Tyson chatting it up with Joe Rogan. Tyson delves into a run-in he had with none other than Jake Paul, the YouTube sensation turned boxer. Tyson vividly recalls the moment they crossed paths, both occupying the same space, perhaps in an unexpected setting, a boat no less. Now Rogan, always one to stir the pot, muses over the cultural earthquake a Tyson versus Paul showdown would create. I mean, imagine it. Jake Paul, the young gun, taking on Tyson, a heavyweight titan of the ages. It's the stuff legends are made of, and Tyson's on board, throwing his enthusiasm behind the idea faster than you can say knockout.
When you get challenged by someone who's a guy like a Jake Paul, does that piss you off? Is
Not
it part of it that's just like
no, it doesn't. I think it's awesome.
You think it's awesome?
Yeah, I think it'll piss me off. I think it's awesome.
But hold your horses, because not everyone is jumping on the hype train. Campbell Hatton raised some valid concerns, suggesting that maybe we're all getting a bit carried away. Sure, those training clips of Tyson are impressive, but let's not forget the man's not exactly a spring chicken anymore. At 57, enduring rounds of combat and taking hits isn't exactly a walk in the park. Hatton emphasized the importance of considering Tyson's age and the potential risks involved, especially for impressionable fans who might be swept up in the excitement without considering the consequences. So while the idea of a Tyson versus Paul might sound like the ultimate showdown, let's remember to tread carefully and think about the bigger picture. Hatton issued a stern warning highlighting the potential ramifications if Jake Paul were to knock out Mike Tyson due to Tyson's age and reduced durability. Such an outcome, Hatton cautioned, could send the wrong message to young boxing fans, especially those who have been introduced to the sport through platforms like YouTube. It's a valid concern. After all, boxing is more than just flashy knockouts. It's about skill, strategy, and respect for the sport's legends. Meanwhile, Jake Paul didn't shy away from responding to Tyson's intense warning. When Tyson questioned whether Paul still wanted to go toe-to-toe in the ring, Paul didn't hesitate to affirm his desire, tweeting a resounding, "Yes, yes I do." Paul's confidence seems unwavering as he prepares to face Tyson, riding the momentum of 3 consecutive victories, the latest 2 being against opponents of lesser ranking in the professional boxing scene. With the face-off for the fight announcement already in the books, fans are eagerly awaiting news of the official press conference. While no official statements have been made yet, insiders hint that we might see it as soon as next month. But until then, we'll have to content ourselves with the tantalizing teasers and training snippets from both Tyson and Paul, eagerly awaiting the moment they both sign on the dotted line. Meanwhile, upon hearing about the upcoming match between Tyson and Paul, Oscar De La Hoya, the head honcho at Golden Boy Promotions, couldn't help but express his worries about Tyson's safety. Facing off against a much younger opponent like Paul, who's practically 3 decades his junior, had De La Hoya sounding the alarm bells. De La Hoya has been a vocal advocate for Jake Paul's boxing journey, believing that Paul has the potential to snag a world title. But here's the kicker. He thinks Paul should take a different path to get there. Going head-to-head with Mike Tyson? Not his cup of tea. De La Hoya weighed the pros and cons of a Tyson versus Paul matchup, suggesting that this might be bad for Tyson.
I'm just concerned about, Tyson's legacy. That's it.
Yeah, if Jake catches him or something, he is 57.
You just don't know. I've never seen a 57-year-old fighter up in the ring, against a strong guy.
But De La Hoya didn't count Tyson out entirely. Nope, he still sees the old champ packing a mean punch, even at almost 60. In fact, he's pretty confident that Tyson could knock the socks off Paul if given the chance. According to De La Hoya, Tyson still got that knockout power ingrained in him, and as they say, it's the last thing to go, even when you're 6 feet under. In another chat, De La Hoya emphasized Tyson's history of facing down tough opponents back in the day, and if Tyson lands a solid hit on Paul, well, let's just say it'll be lights out for the problem child. But hey, De La Hoya isn't completely ruling out Paul's chances of pulling off a win. That is, if he manages to catch Tyson off guard. Tyson, who looked like a powerhouse before his 2020 exhibition match with Jones, hasn't been quiet about Jake Paul's journey into boxing. As far back as April 2022, Tyson weighed in on the 27-year-old's bold leap into the ring. He cheered Paul's entry into the game, emphasizing the need for fresh blood in boxing. "I love the fact that he jumped into the game," Tyson said, highlighting the importance of new faces shaking up the sport. Reflecting on his own journey, Jake Paul reminisced about his rise to fame, particularly his second pro fight, where he went viral for knocking out Nate Robinson on Tyson's undercard. Now, less than 4 years later, he's gearing up to face Tyson himself, testing his mettle against one of boxing's most notorious figures. And you can tell this fight is going to be huge when everyone's buzzing about it. Tony Jeffries, a former Olympic boxing medalist turned coach, had some interesting thoughts on the match. He pointed out that while Tyson hasn't fought pro in almost 20 years, Paul has been busy sharpening his skills in the ring. Jeffries thought about what it means for Tyson to take on a younger opponent, understanding the risks it poses for Tyson's reputation. But he also saw the silver lining for Paul, saying it's a big opportunity for him, not so much for Tyson.
And Mike Tyson's last professional fight was nearly 20 years ago in 2005, although he did have an exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr. 4 years ago, where Jake Paul, on the other hand, has been having fights regular, keeping active, training as good, if not better, than most professional boxers.
Steve Jackson, who's known for speaking his mind, also shared some worries about Tyson putting his legacy on the line against Paul. Jackson, a big fan of Tyson, feared what might happen if Paul managed to knock out the boxing legend, suggesting Tyson's loyal supporters might not take it lightly. Then you've got Johnny Walker from the UFC, who looked at things from a brighter perspective. He saw the fight as a clever move for both fighters, saying it would bring in lots of cash. Walker respected Tyson's status as a legend and figured the fight would be more of a show than a serious battle, which he thought was a good thing. And don't forget former world champ Amir Khan, who had his own prediction. He thought Tyson would come out on top with an early knockout. Khan reminded everyone not to underestimate Tyson's skills, even though he's been out of the game for a while. And it's not just the pros getting in on the action. Fans from all over the globe are chiming in with their thoughts on this showdown. People everywhere are tuning in and sharing their opinions. One fan even had this to say: "Mike Tyson's physique is insane for his age and much larger than Jake Paul. All it would take is one punch from Iron Mike Tyson to knock the S out of Jake Paul." Another one said, "People are worried about Mike's legacy. Meanwhile, Mike is focused on his next fight. That's the difference between the famous and the legendary." This one also chimed in saying, "If Jake Paul knocks him out, that's cute." Hey, it's your turn to join the conversation. What's your take on this epic showdown? Do you reckon Mike Tyson still got that knockout punch? Or do you think the young gun Jake Paul's got what it takes to bring him down? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while we're all eagerly awaiting for more updates, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and check out our other videos for all the juicy celebrity showdowns you might have missed.